Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Wednesday, April 19, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money, and if you are interested in props and parlay picks, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link to our Patreon and to our new channel in the description and comments section below. Chicago Cubs vs Oakland Athletics. It's been an abysmal start to the season for Oakland. While expectations weren't very high coming in, they found a way to underachieve compared to what the experts said. They're just 3-15 after Tuesday's loss and are clearly the worst team in baseball. The Athletics managed just 2 hits in the losing effort, with Ryan Noda and Connor Capel collecting the knocks. As for the pitching, Ken Waldichuk actually turned in a nice outing, lasting 5.0 innings and allowing just 5 hits and 3 walks. Trevor May was ultimately tagged with a loss after giving up 3 earned runs over 0.1 innings in relief. Things aren't looking great for Oakland right now in basically every aspect of the game. They have one of the cheapest owners in the game, they cannot fill seats in the ballpark, and worst of all, the on-field product is horrible. It's never a good sign when the biggest storyline surrounding your franchise is whether or not you're going to be relocated to Las Vegas. With that being said, I'll kick the lowly Athletics while they're down and take the Cubs on the run line. We knew the Cubs would be a fun team to watch this year, but they've excelled offensively and continue to trend upward. Against this lousy pitching staff of the A's, I think Chicago can push ahead and stretch the lead out by multiple runs. Our team pick is Chicago Cubs minus 1.5 runs. While Mason Miller has posted decent numbers over his 2 starts with Oakland's affiliates this year, it's worth noting that the only 2 hits he yielded were home runs. Yep, he owns a 0.23 whip over 8.2 minor league innings, but both base runners went yard. That doesn't bode well against a Chicago offense that's lighting it up right now. Furthermore, if the young right-hander does get into trouble, nobody will be there to back him up. Oakland brings in the 27th best bullpen in terms of ERA, 5.97, and sits at 28th in WHIP, 1.59. They've also issued a league-leading 48 walks out of the bullpen this year, so as long as Chicago is patient, they can make the A's pay and run up the score. Let's lock in the over in this spot. Our total pick is over 7.5 runs. Atlanta Braves vs San Diego Padres. San Diego enters this game coming off 3 straight losses, dropping their previous 4-game series against the Brewers and having lost the first 2 games of their 3-game home series against the Braves. In their most recent 8-1 loss, Blake Snell got the start and the loss for the Padres, tossing 5 innings and allowing 3 hits that resulted in 2 earned runs. Not a bad outing, but the bullpen couldn't keep the game close, giving up 3 in the 8th and 3 more insurance runs in the 9th. At the plate for the Padres, not much to write home about as the team only totaled 1 run on the night. There were no multi-hit games for the Padres, but Trent Grisham went 1-4 with their only run scored, and Juan Soto went 1-2 with the team's only RBI, while getting walked twice. Jake Cronenworth got himself a knock, as did Manny Machado, but the team struggled to string them together and ended up losing 8-1. Taking the Braves to win this game for a couple of reasons. Obviously we can't expect another blowout win like last night, but I think the Braves come away with a little tighter win in the series finale. The Braves have the edge on the bump, throwing veteran right-hander Charlie Morton, who is posting a 2-1 record on the season, with a cumulative 3.86 ERA and 1.71 WHIP in his first 3 starts. Meanwhile, the Padres give right-hander Nick Martinez the start, with Martinez posting a 5.60 ERA and 1.42 WHIP in his first 3 starts. In addition to the edge on the bump, the Braves have had great pitching and defense overall this series, allowing only 1 run in the first 2 games of the series. The Braves have also been scoring runs in bunches on the offensive end. The team loves to jump on the board early and make things easy for their pitcher. In terms of trends, the Braves are 5-0 in their past 5 road games against a right-hander and are 10-2 in the last 12 meetings between these teams in San Diego, making me confident in taking the Braves to win. Taking the under in this game for a couple of reasons. The first 2 games of this series have been relatively low scoring, besides the Braves' 8-run effort last night. The Padres have only totaled 1 run in the first 2 games of the series and face another solid opponent in Charlie Morton. I don't see the Braves hanging up another 8 spot in this one, I see them winning a tight and low-scoring Game 3 to sweep the series. The Padres tend to go under with Martinez on the bump, having gone under in their past 5 games with him on the bump and having allowed 5 or more in their previous game, his last 4 starts at home against a team with a winning record, and in 6 of his past 7 starts on grass. In addition, when these teams have faced off in the past, they have gone under in 4 of their past 5 meetings in San Diego. After considering the pitching quality and tendencies of both lineups, I am confident in taking the under for this matchup. Our total pick is under 9 runs. Milwaukee Brewers vs Seattle Mariners. The Brewers are way more dangerous when hitting against the righties, so give me the Mariners to win. Milwaukee owns a poor 72 ops plus against the lefties and a 75 ops plus versus the left-handed starting pitchers. On the other side, the Mariners sport a 76 ops plus against the southpaws and a 108 ops plus against the left-handed starters. Both bullpens have been inconsistent lately. The Brewers relievers have recorded a 4.87 ERA and 5.68 FIP over the last 7 days, 20.1 IP, and the Mariners bullpen has accounted for a 4.95 ERA and 4.57 FIP in that span, 20.0 IP. Our team pick is take the Seattle Mariners. The Seattle Mariners put an end to their 4-game winning series last Monday, losing to the Brewers 7-3 as -145 home favorites. After beating the Kai Cubs 5-2 to avoid a sweep in a 3-game set on the road and sweeping the Colorado Rockies at home 5-3, 9-2, and 1-0, Seattle couldn't cope with the red-hot Brewers, who had 10 hits on the night. Our total pick is over. Los Angeles Angels vs New York Yankees. The New York Yankees have been a good team at the plate so far this season, as they are 11th in the majors with a .741 ops, while scoring 4.63 runs per game up to this point. The Bronx Bombers have depended on the long ball to get going, and they still have a lot of power, as their 26 homers rank 3rd in MLB right now. First baseman Anthony Rizzo is off to an amazing start this year, as he has a .980 ops with 4 home runs, 9 RBI, and 8 runs scored. The ability to take bases on the battery is critical, and there is a difference here, as the Yankees are 8th in the sport, with 17 stolen bases on 22 attempts, 77.3 stolen base percentage, while the Angels are 26th in the big leagues, with 5 stolen bases on 8 tries, 62.5 stolen base percentage right now. Joni Brito has shown the ability to shut down some good lineups, while Griffin Canning has been hit a little too much here. The Yankees have won 5 of the last 7 games against the Angels, so go with the New York Yankees to win at home once again. Take the Yankees with the money line. These bullpens have both been doing very well, as New York is 2nd in the majors with a 2.36 reliever ERA so far, while Los Angeles is 21st with a 3.43 bullpen ERA up to this point. The batting average of balls in play has shown these teams are hitting into outs, as the Angels are 19th with a .2819 BABIP, while the Yankees are 25th with a .276 BABIP thus far. Both teams are not scoring enough runs to hit the over too many times, as the over is 7-8-1 in Angels games this season, while the Yankees are just 6-10 with having the over hit. All in all, go with the under in this game. Baltimore Orioles vs Washington Nationals. No line was provided at the time that this preview was written, but one can expect Baltimore to come away with a victory. This team has been playing very well of late and may have a huge advantage by deciding to turn to their bullpen for this game. With the club off on Thursday as well, they may opt to use 5 or 6 relief pitchers to handle the contest, which puts a struggling Washington offense at a major disadvantage of having to adjust all game long. Baltimore has a solid offense, and they could very well have some success against Gore. He has now walked 4 batters in 2 of his 3 starts this season, but has been able to bail himself out with 6 strikeouts in each of his 3 starts. However, the Orioles have a power-laden lineup, and walking 3 or 4 in this game will come back to haunt the left-hander. Our team pick is the Baltimore Orioles. Cleveland took a 4-3 lead thanks to 4 runs in the top of the 3rd and extended it to 6-3 with 2 more in the 7th. However, Washington rallied for 2 in the 7th and 2 more in the 8th to earn the victory. 3 players drove in 2 runs for Washington, including Jeimer Candelario, who had 4 hits, including a home run. He is now hitting .284 with 3 homers. The Washington offense has not been very good, 27th in runs scored, 62, and they are 26th in ops, .679. Washington has averaged 4.55 runs per game over their last 10. Our total pick is over. Minnesota Twins vs Boston Red Sox. The Red Sox saw their 3-game win streak end when they lost to the Los Angeles Angels, 8-8 2nd in AL West, 5-4 at Fenway on Monday. The Angels started scoring early on a 3-run first-inning blast by Hunter Renfroe, and Los Angeles held on for the win. Sox starter Brayan Bello, making his first start of the season due to injury, lasted 2 2/3 innings and gave up 5 runs on 8 hits. Los Angeles superstar Shohei Ohtani, who gave up 1 earned run and no hits, was removed after 2 innings because of a long rain delay. The Sox got an RBI single from third baseman Rafael Devers in the bottom of the 9th to cut the Angels' lead to 1, but could not do any more damage. Kluber has pitched effectively versus the Twins in his career with a 3.33 ERA lifetime against them. While pitching for the Rays, Kluber faced them in April last season and limited them to 1 hit and 1 earned run in 6 innings pitched. The Twins have had much difficulty hitting and scoring this season, and they rank low in several key offensive categories. The Twins did not perform well on the road in 2022, going 32-49 away from target field, and they batted 15 points less away than at home. Those trends have continued into the new season. They have dropped 2 in a row on the road and have lost 2 of 3 series on the road so far this season. Boston has been doing well at home recently, winning 3 of 4 from the Angels in their last series. Most signs and trends point to a Sox victory on Wednesday. Take the Red Sox at Fenway on Wednesday. The Twins have gone under the point total in 3 straight games and have pushed or gone under the point total in 7 of their first 10 road games this season. They are struggling at the plate, .23 OBA, 27th in the league, and struggling to score runs, 3.94 runs per game, 24th in the league. They have scored 4 or fewer runs in 7 of their last 8 games. Kluber has pitched effectively versus the Twins in his career with a 3.33 ERA lifetime against them. Boston has gone under the point total in 4 of the last 5 games played at Fenway. The Sox were more effective versus left-handers last year than they were right-handers, .265 average .423, slugging versus .255 average .405 slugging versus right, and the trend has continued into the new season, and righty Ryan has been pitching excellent so far, 3.02 2.84 ERA, so Boston may have trouble scoring runs in bunches. Take the under at Fenway on Wednesday. Toronto Blue Jays vs Houston Astros. The Astros bats got going on Tuesday night, but it was too little, too late, after picking up just 1 hit over the first 6 innings. Overall, the team is hitting .249 through 18 games, 5th best average in the American League. They picked up 8 more hits on Tuesday night, 2 off the bat of Alex Bregman. It was just the second multi-hit game for the Astros' third baseman in his last 7 games and third this season. Yordan Alvarez picked up a late RBI on Tuesday night, his 21st of the season, most in all of baseball. After losing their season-opening series to the Cardinals, the Blue Jays have won 4 straight series, including taking 2 or 3 games from Tampa Bay. This gives them an opportunity to make it 5 in a row before a weekend set in the Bronx. Toronto's bats have been hitting the ball just fine, however they are having a little trouble producing runs, so expect that to change based on the way they swing in general. Teams have hit Garcia to the tune of .322 this season, and he has given up 3 home runs in 3 starts. The Jays can get to him early and often enough to tilt things in their favor. So long as Barrios does what he did in his last outing, the visitors could steal this series after dropping the opener. Toronto is 7-1 in their last 8 road games where the total is set at 9 to 10.5. Take the Blue Jays on the money line. Garcia has allowed an average of 4 runs per start at home this year, which would put us in a good position. This Blue Jays lineup can hit, we know that. Bichette and Guerrero have been seeing the ball well, and that is big trouble for any pitching staff. Barrios has made 2 road starts this season and has given up a total of 12 earned runs over 9.2 innings. Just like the Blue Jays, we know well what kind of bats the Astros wield. Though their big bats have yet to catch fire, it's always insanely dangerous to pitch to that lineup. Between the 2 teams they've had 21 games go over already, including the opening game to this series. The over is 8-3-1 in the last 12 meetings between these 2 teams in Houston. Take the over 9.5 points.